With the first bell ring in Dark Souls, we go into the Depths of Blighttown. These two areas are some of the most infamous areas in this game, especially Blighttown. However, there are a few things to do first. Let's continue this adventure. I was just exploring more of the Dark Root Garden that I missed. I also did pick up the Elite Knight Armor and the Grass Crest Shield before coming here. This place was peaceful until literally everything was after me. I picked up the Eastern set and almost died to plants. Then I got stuck in a corner which these two enemies took advantage of, and I opened this big door that looks like a boss fight. I'll just come back later. While still in these woods, I found walking mushrooms. I just stood there thinking about what did I just get myself into. They really weren't bothering me, so I continued and picked up the stone armor set. I could only use part of it with the eastern set, but these two armor sets together don't look too bad. With the walking mushrooms still in my head, I found a talking cat. I know about the talking cats from Dark Souls 2, but this is how it started. On my way back to Undead Purish, I decided to try to defeat this enemy, and it went pretty well. It dropped some upgrade material I didn't need, and we go to Lower Undead Bird, which this area was boring. The only noble thing that happened was the boss. The Capra Demon, which looks really cool, brought his dogs to help. The dogs didn't last long, and as for the boss was pretty fun to dodge some of his attacks. His attacks look awesome and sucks that he died pretty fast. But that's all for Lower Undead Bird. Let's move deep into the depths. The depths was almost like the Prison of Hope from Demon Souls, but somehow worse. I was a little stuck as to where to go and kept falling. I did see a lot of rats and a few frogs here as well. This Chandler didn't stand too much of a chance without his rats, and I got the bonfire. After about probably 7 minutes of running around the depths, we get to the next boss, the Gaping Dragon. There was no way I could defeat this boss, as I only had 2 flasks of healing and the hitboxes were a bit questionable. I did die to a boss everyone said is easy, but to be fair, I only had 2 flasks, and someone pointed out in the comments of the last video that Dark Souls 1 doesn't have fluid dodges. Well, what do? I can't beat the boss and I don't want to go back into the depths just to probably die again. Maybe it's time to leave the depths. Let me explain. The depths is the normal way to get into Blighttown, and Blighttown is required to go since it's where the second bell is. Blighttown doesn't have another entrance. Or does it? I went back into Dark Root Garden and got to Dark Root Basin. From there, I went to Valley of Drakes until I saw this cave, which after going deeper into the cave, we reached Blighttown. Looks like Blighttown has 2 entrances. This may feel like cheating, but I really don't want to go back into the depths. Did you take this entrance into Blighttown, or did you go in from the depths? Let me know in the comments below, and may I ask you to consider subscribing while you're down there? It helps me out and you get more content like this. Also, just because we skip a lot of Blighttown doesn't mean there wasn't any bad part. I did unlock this door back to Firelink Shrine and talk to this NPC, which I did kill him, but he drops a very good ring that can help a lot. With that side quest done, we proceed into Blighttown. First off, you go so slow up and down ladders in this game. At least in the other games, besides Demon Souls, you can go faster, but not in here. Secondly, there was a lot of bugs. The main one looked like mosquitoes. Thirdly, I got to the end of all the ladder climbing to see this swamp, which you guessed it, was poisonous. Thankfully, unlike the Swamp of Sorrow, this swamp wasn't that big and I got to Quelaag's domain. The only thing left to do was to try Quelaag, and she wasn't too happy with me taking the alternative entrance. On my first attempt, I mostly used it as to see what attack she has, but I died pretty fast. One toxic from a mosquito later and we try again. I used my shield and sometimes rolled to avoid her attack. Quelaag sometimes dodged my halberd strikes, and she even dodged 3 times in a row. The fight was close as I had no flasks left, but I did defeat this Chaos Witch and ring the second bell. I was going to put this part at the start of the next video, but since you people loved the first Dark Souls video, I figured you all deserve it. We arrive at Demon Ruins, which honestly looks like the underworld. We reach another boss, and after taking some clothing, the boss gets mad at us for it. However, I did see this fight, and we go all the way back to the start of the arena and hit it a few times to defeat it. I explored what the lava left behind and saw an AI broken Capra demon. After running past it, I saw 5 more. I was running like my life depended on it, which it kinda did. This Taurus demon spawned and I tried to make it to this wall, but it wasn't a white fog wall. It was a golden wall. I'll have to come back to this. With all the areas I wanted to explore done, I'm just gonna say this. This game is getting pretty good so far. The areas are interesting and some of the boss fights are too. I hope that it gets better from here, and I hope your day gets better too. If you liked this video, be sure to leave a like. It's a small action, but it makes a big difference and will help others see this video as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a wonderful and safe day.